You said in the press huddle earlier that you're going to continuously come forward in this fight. Someone asked you if you thought that was dangerous, and you said, yeah, it is. On September 7th.
Yeah, he's a danger fighter. If you want something, you need to risk. I'm able to risk something to accomplish what I want.
Fight fans, welcome back.
First of all, I show him who is number one, who is real champ.
On September 17, we witnessed the third installment of an unmissable boxing rivalry.
Good luck in September.
La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
Pugilistic pride dictates that neither fighter has yet to truly gain the upper hand. Always competitive, never conclusive.
The first half of the fight, Canelo was beating Triple G up. Over the second half of the fight, Triple G was beating Canelo up.
A Mexican maestro with unique abilities and furious finishing instincts.
And it is over! They have stopped the fight!
That have traversed the weight classes and turned him into a modern-day superstar. Facing a confident Kazakh with a legitimate legacy and the punching power to turn any fight at any moment.
I just want to say this man is strong as hell, powerful, just powerful, man.
The opportunity arises for one man to become king of the trilogy. Here we take a closer look at Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I was born ready.
Versus Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
Big drama show, let's go, let's do it.
Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Golovkin, you are next, my friend.
I'm stay here, I'm real champion.
Canelo Alvarez enters the T-Mobile arena in a strange position. He was supposed to be riding high, his career path a preordained formality.
My manager and trainer want me to fight in 175 with Dimitri Bivol, so I just do it.
Competing some 35 pounds above his debut weight.
154 super welterweight.
And there's the left hook to the body. Canelo is beginning to put a physical imprint on the fight.
160 middleweight.
Canelo just looks so much bigger physically than Cotto.
Oh, good right
hand by Canelo. 2 rounds to 1.
168 super middleweight.
You can see the body on Canelo Alvarez at 168 plus pounds because he weighs more now. First round, and Canelo has his man down already.
Danger. Warning.
Canelo, better leave, better be here than Bivol alone too. Stay away from both them guys.
I've said this in the past. I said, if a guy's gonna beat him, it's gonna be this guy. It's gonna be Bivol. And he has punching power also to hurt Canelo, I believe, too.
Oh, and a beautiful right hand over inside a round.
This is a big opportunity for me to show my skills.
Bivol, he's strong. He can punch with both hands. When he throws a jab, if it touches you, you're gonna feel it.
Warning.
You got a guy like Joe Smith Jr. who he's facing.
Smith.
The beast from the east.
You could tell he's a little discouraged with Bivol's power and the timing and the pop behind it.
Billy burns a lot of gas in the 11th, and now Bivol has him hurt. Hard right hand. Smith has never been down.
Still undefeated and still the WBA light heavyweight.
I know I read earlier that you actually put some money down on Bivol to beat Canelo.
I just see that Canelo's used to fighting aggressive fighters.
And then put a whole lot of weight. Junior wants to get Alvarez along the ropes.
Guys who come forward and after him.
Because he's fighting a guy who's going to be all over him. Kirkland firing away. Lands a left, lands another left. Cut man.
Canelo's used to fighting aggressive fighters.
Warning.
Working with Junior for the first time. Shot low. Right hand. Down goes Kirkland.
And I knew Bivol wasn't going to give him that.
This kid is skilled. He's class. He knows how to pressure a fighter.
Body shots.
He knows how to dissect a fighter.
knows how to box, keep the distance within that safe zone where he's doing the hitting and he's not getting hit.
This is an outstanding champion in his absolute prime, ready for the opportunity of his life against the pound-for-pound king of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
This is the first fight for Canelo since his second fight with Triple G back in 2018 that I actually think that his opponent can win.
You are next, my friend.
So that jab will be effective even if it's just touching those gloves.
And you can see when Bivol throws the 1-2s like this, he is scoring.
Power beats and they're still having an effect.
Canelo's a slick, smart fighter, but he's gonna have a little bit of problems trying to figure out Bivol because of his style. Bivol has a unique style.
Roll with the punches and speak through my fashion. Covered in black shades and flashes.
Oh, look at Bivol! Look at him go! Oh my word, Bivol!
But we've seen this before with Canelo Alvarez, where he's biding his time, maybe even losing rounds, and then in a flash, he turns it on.
Struggling for late fight stamina, desperately hoping his powerful bicep blows would provide a bailout.
Did he ever hurt you? Yeah, my arm right there. We've seen that from Canelo opponents in the past.
He can't move it anyway. Yeah.
Canelo's face showed the scars of battle as Bivol screamed the last word in every exchange.
He's still undefeated and still the WBA light heavyweight champion of the world!
Canelo lost to Dimitri Bivol, a strong, sharp champion who refused to bow to reputation. It was the Mexican's second loss, 9 years after being outmaneuvered by...
Yeah! We heating up now, baby!
And Floyd Mayweather, 19 years old, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
So how do you want to be remembered?
Am I wrong for saying that I'm the best? Don't it also show?
Decision, the first U.S. victory over Cuba since Leon Spinks in 1976.
Mayweather off the jab, and now Mayweather beginning to tee off on Alvarez. Alvarez standing flat foot on the ropes.
And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy.
He got cooked.
And Canelo is a champion, and a true champion like Canelo, he can take a loss and bounce back.
Prior to that encounter, Canelo was in the form of his life.
To become the first undisputed super middleweight of all time. There's never been a super middleweight to do that, so I want to be the first.
Killer plant, hands down, making guys completely miss, pivoting out.
Because I'm going to show you up the same way I showed him up.
See how fast those hands are. One tempo through the course of a fight, and if you can't keep up, then you got to get out of the ring. But
Canelo Alvarez was talking about unifying. He has to go through you to do that.
And you a drug cheat. And you a drug cheat. You got suspended for 6 months. You're a cheater.
Say whatever you say.
You think Canelo's a cheater?
Did he get suspended for 6 months? He did. Okay.
Don't even know why they mad for, huh? You better use your manners, huh? Back to attacking the beat.
Hey, remember, it's easy to sit in those seats. It ain't easy to stand up here. Remember that.
Slick, let me, yeah.
Canelo has had issues with slick boxers in the past.
I mean, Canelo's gonna jab the out of Canelo and pop his head back over and over again.
For Platt, he needs to establish that jab.
But the power shots that Canelo's gonna throw is gonna win the fight.
The shots to the body and Platt.
Platt goes down for the first time in his career.
want to see something special on you. And feel.
A Caleb Plant KO secured undisputed status at super middleweight. Talk of further PBC battles with the likes of
the Mexican monster.
Who?
Benavidez.
David Benavidez.
He ain't no Mexican monster.
Jermall Charlo, or even an audacious move to cruiserweight were being entertained as the search for a challenge gathered pace. He looked simply unstoppable. Canelo will now shed those extra pounds and return to 168 to face an old rival whose name he just cannot seem to escape.
It's a very good drama show, you know, this present just for you. Who is number one right now? Bring him, I show you.
While a lengthy run of middleweight title defenses enhances Gennady Golovkin's credentials,
the highest KO ratio in middleweight championship history.
So far, that one gigantic name remains absent from his win column.
I want unification, big fight. Let's go, let's do it, guys.
If Golovkin's most recent outing against Ryota Murata is anything to go by, this potent puncher has hit a decline.
This Olympic gold medalist enters the ring.
Number 2 seed for this tournament, Murata from Japan. Murata's got it.
Never the most defensively responsible, struggling to find his early rhythm.
And Triple G can do this in the early stages of fights too, where his opponent might offer up flashier shots.
Triple G displayed vulnerability to the ribcage.
Another body shot from Murata and a deep breath from Triple G.
Once he shook off the rust of inactivity,
big drama show, let's go, let's do it.
The veteran's vaunted power was too much for the WBA champion to withstand.
So Triple G gave up on the jab. Hard right hand, that knocked the mouthpiece out. Night. Hard right hand from Golovkin, and Murata goes down.
Still the IBF, and now the WBA middleweight champion.
Golovkin insists that he holds no personal hatred for Canelo and competes only for sport.
In the past, you've called him dishonest and cheating and dirty.
Right, you didn't believe that Canelo was clean. Why is that?
3 or 4 doctors sent me photos, you know, just videos.
You stand by the words that you've said in the past?
Whatever unfinished business we have, we are going to meet each other in the ring and resolve it.
But this is an intensely driven individual, and any lingering respect has waned. Golovkin is preparing to walk through walls to prevail, and his creaking frame may benefit from more recovery time in a higher division. From unknown Eastern European destroyer to HBO's big drama show,
and if the level of competition is indeed rising, it isn't rising fast enough.
This is my home. This is my home.
Golovkin has toiled to lure the biggest names into the ring. There is hope in some quarters that he can turn back the clock and finally produce a legacy-defining display. Across 228 professional rounds, only in a 2019 catchweight clash with Steve Rolls has Golovkin timidly ventured away from his zone.
There it is again. And a left behind another right now. Woodall is.
This isn't a tune-up fight.
He's about to go.
And on June 8th, I look forward to solidifying myself as one of the best in the division.
A real boxing fan, you want to see this fight.
Big drama show, and Steve Rolls is up for the challenge.
Tonight makes his return to the ring after 9 months.
Triple G agreeing to a 3-year, 6-fight deal with DAZN in June. That, of course, after Canelo Alvarez signed to DAZN.
By KO victory from Karaganda, Kazakhstan.
4 rounds. How do you rate his power?
Jab. right hand to the body.
Good shot by Steve Rolls right there, having a good right hand on Golovkin.
I don't feel,
Okay.
Sorry.
Do you think that you gave him, Canelo Alvarez, a reason to say, sign me up? Did you make your point to him?
Everybody knows. Of course, guys, I'm ready to Canelo. Just bring him. Just ask him. I'm ready. Today I stay here.
Coming in 2.5 inches taller than his adversary, how will a career middleweight handle the additional 8 pounds? Especially against an opponent who has garnered much success north of 160. With a half-inch reach disparity, Golovkin landed a combined 226 jabs across his previous 2 fights with Canelo. But punches and bunches will be the key to rattling the undisputed king, whose 64% KO ratio is underpinned by big knockouts over tentative opponents throwing single shots.
Kovalev's not even committing to it.
Here it is. Kovalev's hurt. Kovalev's down. Kovalev's out. It's over. No mas.
Golovkin's heavy-handed 84% KO statistic is enhanced by his ruthless dispatching of overmatched challengers.
And here it is in real speed. Another look at the rally that produced the knockout.
Since turning pro in 2005, aged 15, Canelo's rise through the weights has been well documented. Steadily maturing by the year, this 61-bout boxer has completed 448 total rounds.
Barra's defense is basically his movement. That's really true. Off balance, though. He was off balance.
Canelo puts his down. Say, come on and take it. Let's go. Give me more.
Despite his losses,
Can't hit the guy. He's so good. He's so good. So good. That's why he's the number one.
You know, I take my hat off to Canelo. He's a true champion. A true champion can take a loss and bounce back.
the Guadalajara native remains loyal to the Reynosos.
Shoot it from there, just like that. Nice. Right back. I need more than one.
While Jonathan Banks has served as Triple G's trainer since he split from Abel Sanchez and an adopted Mexican style.
This is my style, like Mexican style. This is fight. This is not game, this fight.
At 40 years old, does Triple G still possess the stamina and resolve to follow the Bivol blueprint and let his hands go enough to finally get one over on Canelo? Golovkin's increased susceptibility to body attacks remains a concern.
Another body shot there from Murata.
Even though Golovkin was ultimately too physically strong for Murata, if the Japanese slugger can elicit such distress, then Canelo's borderline barrages will be merciless. Despite Golovkin's deterioration in stamina and footwork, his heavy hands and iron chin remain. While trying to slow down Canelo's tank-like structure, Triple G's previous hesitance to target the Mexican's body is probably due to Canelo's swift counterpunching abilities upstairs. Canelo will likely seek a return to the sharp, calculated combos of old.
Golovkin's jabs, it really is an effective.
Boxing, you're being pushed back by the stronger fighter.
In the fight, so right now Canelo is keeping this fight in the center of the ring.
The top-heavy, built-for-power approach that withered the likes of Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, and Sergey Kovalev had little impact on Bivol.
Get the f*** out of here, man.
Golovkin's power is always a potential game-changer, but he's landed plenty of shots in Canelo already.
Tight punches as well. Right hand again by Golovkin.
Apart from round 10 of their rematch,
This is my big present just for you.
A little bit fatigued. Good. That was a big right hand there by Golovkin.
Gennady has failed to budge a man now used to soaking up bombs from fully fledged super middleweights and light heavyweights.
Body shot there by Kovalev.
After Dmitry Bivol's surprise conquest, the first to test Canelo's resolve will be a man who has already engaged him across 72 minutes of ferocious action. One rogue scorecard aside,
Adelaide Bird scores it 118 to 110 for Canelo.
the judges have repeatedly struggled to split them during 24 razor-thin rounds, but only one has ever scored a fight in favor of the Kazakh. Now, with Father Time knocking ever harder on the door, Golovkin will struggle to finally swing the momentum his way. They now stand on the verge of completing another of the sport's great trilogies. When the final chapter of both respective careers is written, their names will be intrinsically linked. But when the dust settles, who will have enhanced their standing even further?
Guys, I'm ready right now.
Victory for Golovkin will erase the pain of the previous showdowns and prove to the world that he has the beating of his nemesis all along. Canelo's personal mission is to continue making history. Victory for him categorically closes the chapter on a generational rival and proves that he is this duo's dominant force. Harley fancies taking on his Nan, but it's obvious he's in for quite the smackdown. First, a classic boxing of his ears, because she hasn't been taking any gaff from youngsters since your daddy was in short pants. Followed by an elbow to the gut, and quit your whining, Junior. Back in my day, we did this sort of thing for fun. Rapidly, she steps in with a stomp to the foot, because don't you dare be walking out on me, boy. And the finisher, a sharp pinch of the cheek, because your old man loves you and just wants what's best for you. Now sit down and show an old lady some respect, sonny, and maybe she'll let you watch the next Motivedia presentation.